Imagine this, a teenager not much older than you, who loved playing video games, was a tech whiz, and even made his own website cataloging the wonders of the world. Now imagine the same teenager is about to be a saint, a real canonized saint in the Catholic Church. This isn't a story from centuries ago, and this isn't about some ancient mystic that is lost in time. No, this is about Carlo Acutis, a young man who was born in the same year as me, and today is about to be revered as a millennial saint. How did a regular boy just like you and me go from a PlayStation console to becoming a saint? This is a story that will leave you stunned and wondering what it takes to become a saint in our modern world. Carlo Acutis was born on May 3rd, 1991, in London, England, to an Italian family. His parents, Antonio and Andrea, were not particularly religious when he was born. In fact, it was Carlo himself who became the spiritual light of the family, gently pulling them back to the church. Carlo was just a typical boy. He had a love for soccer, and he enjoyed playing video games, and he was incredibly tech savvy. But there was something different about Carlo. From an early age, he had an intense love for the Eucharist. By age 7, he was already asking to receive Holy Communion. He would say, "The Eucharist is my highway to heaven." He knew that this was something real, something alive. His parents would later say it was as if Carlo had a direct hotline to God. Here is where things get really interesting. Carlo wasn't content to just attending Sunday Mass and move on. He wanted to live his faith fully. He began attending daily Mass, spending hours in adoration, and he used his computer skills to create something extraordinary. At just 11 years old, Carlo started a website dedicated to Eucharistic miracles, the times when the bread and wine of the Eucharist visibly became the body and blood of Christ throughout history. It's said that he visited the sites of many of these miracles with his family, traveling across Europe to see them in person. Why did he do this? Because he believed that if people truly understood what the Eucharist is, they would be changed forever. Carlo was a vibrant, energetic, and curious soul. He was living in the same world that we do, balancing school, friends, and his passion for computers. But he was always thinking of others. He used his allowance to buy sleeping bags for homeless people he met. And he made it his mission to defend people who were bullied in school. Carlo once said, "All people are born as originals, but many die as photocopies." Huh. He was determined to become the best version of himself, and he wanted everyone to find their path to holiness. Then, in 2006, when Carlo was just 15, everything changed. He began feeling unwell, tired, and feverish. What seemed like a simple cold turned into something far more sinister. Carlo was diagnosed with acute leukemia, a sudden and aggressive cancer that moved very fast. The doctors were stunned. Carlo's life hung by a thread. And yet, in those hospital days, Carlo never lost his smile. He told his mother that he was offering up his sufferings for the Pope and the Church. His eyes, weakened by disease, never lost their spark. He said, "I am happy to die because I have lived my life without wasting even a minute on things that are not pleasing to God." On October 12th, 2006, Carlo Acutis passed away, leaving a legacy far greater than anyone could ever imagine. After Carlo's death, stories began to circulate about the miracles linked to his intercession. One of the most notable was the miraculous healing of a young Brazilian boy who had a rare congenital defect of the pancreas. The boy's grandmother prayed to Carlo, asking him to intercede for the healing of her grandson. When the boy suddenly got better, the doctors had no explanation. It was declared a miracle by the Vatican, one of the steps that led to Carlo's beatification in 2020. In October 10, 2020, in Assisi, the town of his hero, Saint Francis, Carlo Acutis, was beatified, officially becoming Blessed Carlo Acutis. And that, I think, is the challenge he left for all of us, to use the tools we have, the skills we've been given, to bring a little more light into the world. If he could do it, born the same year as me, living a life so similar to ours, what's stopping us? So, what do you think? Could you see yourself striving for sainthood right here and right now? Carlos's story challenges us to rethink what it means to be holy in a modern age. Thank you for joining me in exploring the life of Carlo Acutis. I hope his story inspires you as much as it has inspired me. Let us know if you have asked for Carlo Acutis' intercession and if you have ever experienced his help. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and keep exploring the beauty of faith with us. See you next time. Bye bye.